now. He's got to live up to it. World Boxing Council number 3. And the Nevadans giving him a very polite introduction, and there's a breakdown of the record. And he's on 11 successive wins, which, as he cheekily points out, is more than Leonard. '28 next week, Finch. Co-promoter Lou Duva, an old welterweight fighter, excessive weight, and the entry of the great one himself, Sugar Ray Leonard. The security boys pushing people aside. There's still that giant-sized man behind Leonard. Says that he's really hurt. And the smallest fellow of the bunch, of course, is the world champion himself. On Leonard's right there, whom he's been with since his amateur days, a great friend, an advisor, and a very good influence on Leonard's career. I don't think the crowd have fully realised yet that Leonard's in the arena, but they have now. The matador, yes, has reached the arena, while the intended bull fidgets in the corner. The dudes of the town are out with their best headgear on. Everybody wants to be photographed next to America's big personality. Keeps winning the Personality of the Year awards, Fighter awards, and indeed he is one of the great ones, looking so cool, calm and collected. And so would I if I was getting $1.5 million for this and had his ability. So the polite introduction from the one-time Olympic champion, and again a rundown of the statistics, and Janks Morton removing the champion's robe, and the referee Mills Lane just checking on something there, and of course the old mastermind himself at the back, Angelo Dundee. Well, now let's see what's going on. Is this a bit of play acting or not? Now the last time these fellows met were as 3-round amateurs. There's Juanita Leonard there and the family. He's got little Ray here, his son, who's becoming quite a personality. There he is, acting in commercials these days. What a little beauty he is too, isn't he? And the old underdog himself, who says, well, I'm used to being the underdog. Although he says, listen, I've been around this game, I'm an old-timer comparative to Leonard. 30 fights. And a star-spangled audience awaiting the official announcements by Jimmy Lennon, a one-time actor from Los Angeles, who has been announcing fights here in America since 1942.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go for the big showdown in Reno. 15 rounds of boxing for the undisputed welterweight boxing championship of the world. Presenting to you on my right, out of the red corner, the challenger wearing white trunks with a blue trim, formerly of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. At 145¼ pounds, 24 wins by knockout in his 30 great wins, the North American Boxing Federation welterweight champion, rated number 3 contender in the world. Here is Lightnin Bruce Finch.
Translation there is 10 stone, 5¼
Well, fans, his opponent out of the red corner wearing black trunks with a gold stripe, and he really needing no introduction the world over, hailing from Palmer Park, Maryland, weighing in at a trim and ready, even 146 pounds, 22 great knockouts in 31 sensational wins. Here, the undisputed world's welterweight boxing champion, the classy Sugar Ray Leonard.
Well, certainly the Master of Ceremonies padded his part there, and he unnerved me if he didn't unnerve Finch with all that build-up.
Few seconds, I want you to go light on the grease, okay? Light on the grease. Now, you've had your instruction. Any question from Mr. Finch's corner? Any question from Mr. Leonard's corner?
Well, at least he's calling them
Just get it on,
Mr. I doubt whether they be gentlemen when the bell goes. So set, of course, for 15 rounds, what the Americans call the Unified Championship. That means Leonard holds both titles, WBC, World Boxing Council, and World Boxing Association.
Ready? All right.
And the odds players in Nevada are really not betting, as they say here, head-to-head, because Leonard is such an outstanding favourite. But what they're trying to do is to gamble on the round it could end, and it's anything up to 8. After that, there are hardly any odds available. I think it's about 8-1 against Finch's chances, and you might say Bruce who, but he is number 3 official in the ratings, and he is the North American Boxing Federation champion, and at the moment, no mug. And there you get this touch of Leonard, as he often does, sort of bides his time. It's a strategic pacifism with him, isn't it? He did it with Tommy Hearns at the start. I don't think they really have to size each other up, because they did fight as amateurs back in 1973, the National AAU Championships, and of course Leonard won on points, and that was Finch's last amateur fight. Well, they've been telling me that Finch is a good stiff puncher. Can't say I could quarrel with that. I haven't tasted him and not likely to. Just watch the way now Leonard is able to switch attacks so brilliantly from head to body. Works on the body, brings down the arms, and then tees off with a payoff punch. Well, that's the plan. There's been some big upsets in boxing. As they say, one lucky punch can wipe out all the skills. Half a minute to go in the opening round, and Leonard lays that right hand on Finch's chin well. He's square Finch, and he's dropping the right hand over the top of Finch's left. Look out for that now. That left hook to the body that Leonard uses, a real weakening punch. Look at that again. To the ribs. He almost broke Tommy Hearns' ribs. The end of the first round is so casual by the great Sugar Ray. All right, okay. Pick it up. Well, there's the old firm there. A very laid-back corner in many ways until Dundee has to get in hard on Leonard, as he did when he fought Tommy Hearns.
He butted you already on top of your head. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, son. Don't take no games.
Don't play no games, says Dundee. Don't let him slide in on you. Let those shots go. That's James Morton now. This ring there in Leonard's corner.
You're going his pace. Pick it up. Go your thing, because this kid will fall apart. Go your own thing.
Here you go, seconds out. Get some of that water up, please, over here. Mr. Davis, get some of that water up.
They're complaining at the start of the second round that there's some water in Finch's corner. I wouldn't have thought he needed too much washing down after the first round, I should say. There you go, they almost give them a wash and brush up between rounds, these pro seconds. Al Finch has said to me, I'm one of those guys, I have gum shield, will travel, I'm a good old pro, don't write me off completely. And he had the temerity to land a punch then. Leonard's casualness contributing to that. Caught by a decent blow too. And Leonard really starts to move. It's like trying to catch a puff of smoke. Well, Finch getting a bit of success in the second. Leonard there just reminding him that could be things to come with the right hand to the body. And a lot of excitement in Finch's corner. But they're the smart ones. They get out of the ring when the bell goes. Meanwhile, he's responding there, Finch.
I'm two-way free. Come on, you got a two-hander free.
Midway through round two.
That head in there. Watch that head.
Well, if this keeps up, they could fight in a telephone booth. They don't need a 20-foot ring. Oof. Now Leonard sinking him in. That was a marvelous combination of punches. Holding on a bit, Leonard. Oh! And he's over. Well, he's not going to beat this count, is he? Because he's leaving it late. He's bellowing in his ear there, Mills Lane. Is he letting him fight on? The crowd was dimming the noise there to know exactly where the count reached. Leonard pulled him onto the punch. He let those punches go. He's not carrying this fellow. Tommy Hearns has beaten Finch, but not like this. He let him punch himself out a bit on the ropes and then retaliated, sort of lulled him into a sense of false confidence. 2 counts then. I don't think Finch has got long enough to recover in this round. Legs are betraying him. Just showing off with that punch. And I tell you, that sound was like an orchestra to Finch, that bell. Tottering back to the corner at the end of the second. And I'm wondering now whether those corner men, Jim Montoya there with the beard, who's been around a long time, will let this fellow come out for the third round. It looks as though they're going to. He's looking over to the referee and to Leonard's corner. But no, the referee is saying it's okay if you don't want to surrender. He can come out. The doctor is standing behind, but let's have a look now in replay. See, he was holding a bit with the right hand there, Leonard, but he got away with that. And that was the right hand. He was standing square. It didn't look that hard, but it must have been hard enough. And now in another one from the overhead camera, just caught Leonard well, and there it goes again, travelling down. I did say, watch for that overhand right. So round 3 now. Is Leonard going to pick his man off and show that he's really got that killer instinct, as it were, or is he going to try and just bide along a round or two? We'll soon find out. Depends how saucy Finch gets, doesn't it? Oh, no, he's unloading the right hand again. I mean, what an armory of punches this fellow's got. It's so outstanding in his division. Well, Finch has never earned more than $3,000 in his life. He's getting $100,000 for this. And it looks as though he's going to get it the hard way. A minute gone then in round 3. Leonard almost able to show the punch before he throws it. Well, credit Finch at least for coming back. He's brave enough. Whether he's got a strong chin, I don't know. It doesn't look like it. The downward arc of that punch, Ali could do. Oh, the legs have gone again, the knees are buckling. I think it's all over. It looked to me as though Mills Lane was going to stop the fight there, but he's making Leonard go to a neutral corner before he continues what seems the formality of a count, surely. He's got to stop it when this fellow, yes, it's all over. Mills Lane in the third round was going to stop that fight just before Bruce Finch hit the floor, but he quite rightly continued to count, and he quite rightly sent Leonard away from his own corner to a neutral corner and allowed Finch to get up. But really, by that time, it was all as one-sided as a lynching.
How about here, though? Up here. Hey, we'll block from here.
Well, the effortless there. Now we can see it again. The left hand uppercut. Now that's probably the hardest punch in the book to throw. Poor Finch, the leg said goodbye to him at that stage, and he was still throwing punches, as we see it in slow motion, as he was hitting the floor. And we'll look at it at another angle. That's the downward punch, side of the jaw. Totally bemused there, Finch.
I may need the cameras. Be ready to hand them to me. I may need the 35.
And it was just as well that those flurry of punches missed as he went down, and from the overhead camera then, that's the one that did the damage. They all do damage. The left hand uppercut was a peach of a punch, and really, from there on in, he had no chance at all. It looks as though he's looking for a gate to say goodbye and walk out, but poor Finch just can't cope with it. Well, there you are. The show's over. And the actor says, well, what do you think of that? Personality of the year. And about to chat everybody in sight would seem to be in the ring. And the man that people forget so quickly, it's a cruel...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of the knockout.
The best they can in America.
1 minute and 50 seconds in round number 3. Referee in charge, Mills Lane, stopping the bout. The winner by way of knockout, remaining the undisputed welterweight boxing champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard.
And he takes another bow, blows kisses to the crowd, the man who really has more than taken over in the States from Muhammad Ali.
Ray, you've done a lot of color commentary on boxing. Would you give us your commentary on this fight?
Well, I tell you, Larry, I came into the ring. I was a little cold, although I warmed up quite well in the back. I came out just a little too cold. It took me about a round or two really to warm up. Bruce, quite naturally, I knew he would come and try to take control early. I had to fight him against the ropes a couple of times to pretty much loosen myself up, and that was the case. I knew fully well he was vulnerable for a left hook, and I set him up for it.
How did you know that he was vulnerable for a left hook?
Well, he kept dropping his hands, and he would throw punches, and they were very stiff punches, and I would go to the body to make him drop his hands even further.
Let's take a look at the knockout here in 1 second. Okay, would you describe it for us, Ray?
Well, here I came across with the overhand right. You know, normally I go to the body. That left uppercut to the chin dazed him. I knew I had him in trouble, so it was pretty much a waiting process. And here, Mills Lane stepped in.
Oh, all right, in 1 moment we're going to take a look right here at the knockdown in the second round. Describe that for us.
Well, again, I was inside, and the left uppercut that we saw earlier did a number on him.
Were you just basically toying with him until you got your opening, Ray?
Well, I knew fully well that as the rounds will progress, quite naturally, I get stronger. My punches land more accurate, and I knew that Finch would come out and try to do damage early. We collided heads a couple of times, and I noticed Angelo and Jenks was yelling, watch out for the headbutts.
Did he sting you at all?
Never really stung me, although I felt his punches. Bruce Finch has a kind of punch that's very stiff. He pushes with the punch. He reminds me of one of my local guys, Warren Fortune.
Is this a good fight for you, Ray, after the epic Hearns battle, to come in against someone like this and to just try your stuff on him?
I think it's a great fight. I think it's a great mental fight, mainly because coming off such a big and impressive victory over Tommy Hearns to come down to, as boxing critics call, an insignificant fight. I fought Finch. I got up for him. I was prepared for him mentally and physically.
All right, we're going to take a look at some more action here in 1 second. Would you describe what you see?
Well, I missed there with an overhand right and was tying up here. That left hook there and the body shots, along with the uppercuts, did damage. That left hook and the right hand put him down.
You were working on the body shots. Somehow you seem to think that you're not as good a body puncher as you should be.
Well, no, I know fully well I do quite a lot of damage to the body. The body shots was hurting Finch, although a lot of times he connected there. I could not really get in good body shots, although the uppercuts pretty much did a lot of damage.
Ray, thank you very, very much. This was the anticipated fight. Where do we go from here?
I really don't know. I'm going home, take a rest, and probably get back with HBO later on.
Thank you very much. We're going to go back to ringside, and we're going to have some big boxing news for you in a little while.